Third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly instead of just going for the first down.
And on third down, they said forget about it. And Hopkins' kick is good. 1-point lead here in the second. So the drive stalls out. You get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On fourth down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now Keenan. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it's third and goal. Now Keenum on third and goal. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So we've reached halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. Shifts by him. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 38-yard line. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the there to say incomplete. The intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it into Kelsey that time, but now it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Keenum. And that'll be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. 3rd down here.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Oh, my God.
It's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. He looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right up.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Oh, God, bro.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
Everybody could push him.
Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything. And when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this.
I'm just going to end this video.
You're actually able to win it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Thompson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And that's one of the...
Can somebody please...
It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here's Keenum. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete.
Why am I winning?
You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
On 2nd and 9, Keenum throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert On 3rd and 9. Now Keenum. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Couldn't even find his outlet, man, because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to.
Taking it about the 16. And some strong running. Very good return that time. 18 yards. Set to take over Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And going deep for Hill. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Keenum. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Keenum now. Perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. This is Thompson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that last reception puts him... Over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's...
And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! In their lead. They thought it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He don't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Keenum. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Keenum. To Thompson on the screen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll run for it. Peterson. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Adrian Peterson as good as they come, but here he can't get the first. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping, maybe just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you got the lead. You may have ignited them now they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Keenum. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, Keenum. Jordan Reed has it. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Keenum. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now it's Keenum. And that is incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll try and get it in with Sherman, the fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
A good pickup there, 22. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, Keenum. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Second down and goal. Keenum. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Well, they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in their most remarkable